Hello, how are you?
I'm all good. How are you? You okay?
Yeah, good, thank you. Firstly, are you excited about tonight?
Yeah, super excited. So I'm just excited to laugh, basically. I think it's comedy's always like the best thing, you know, like getting to just really let go of all the laughs that you needed during the week. It's nice to do it on the weekend, 100%. So, yeah.
So, out of the lineup, who are you most excited to see?
For me, I think it's Dapper Laughs. I followed him on like social media for ages. He's so funny on social media, so I'm excited to see how it translates into stand-up. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's you never know how it's going to be, but yeah, it should be good.
So obviously today's about men's mental health. Why do you reckon men are so like prone to not speaking about mental health?
I just think it's how everyone's brought up, right? Like I was brought up in a family of 5 boys, so I had 4 brothers. And even my mum, it was always like, oh, don't be a girl. You know what I mean? If you ever wanted to cry or felt bad about something, it's like, oh, you're being a girl, right? You're being a wuss. So I just think we're kind of wired as men to kind of keep everything in, to show strength, right? And I think now we're coming to a time with things like Mate and those kind of things where people are understanding that it's alright to have emotions. So yeah, I think it's a good time to be a man. I think it's a good time to have something like men and their emotions, and I think it's an important thing, definitely.
Of course. Also, when it comes to social media, what pressures do you think you would have when it comes to just pressures in general in social media?
I think the pressure of social media is just that it's easy to compare yourself to thousands of people, whether it's like how you look, your weight, your followers, everything, right? Everything is like so stats based. And it's damaging. And I think like most people, like myself, if you're like my age, right, you've grown up your whole life being able to compare yourself with like hundreds of thousands of people at a click of the finger, which I don't think we're ever meant to do. So I just think social media it can be really, really stressful, especially someone like myself. It's my job, being a singer, having to be on social media. If I didn't have to be on TikTok and Instagram, I probably wouldn't. But yeah, having to do that, having to look at your numbers all the time. I think that's what most people struggle with, 100%.
I know there's a really big saying in TV, you're just as good as your last job, but I feel like when it comes to social media, you're just as good as your last post, and a post could be nearly every day. Do you ever get that? Do you ever feel like that?
100%.
Or even as a singer, do you ever feel like your last song or anything?
100%. It feels like that. Like, and the problem with it is being as good as your last post, you got to post every day these days. So it's like some people post multiple times. So there's always that pressure of like, I'm going to post this, no one's going to like it, no one's going to... It's crazy. It's hard, definitely.
When it comes to songwriting as well, how do you, for me, I don't understand how people work that magic. But how hard, what is the process like in a studio?
For me, do you know what? Like, I think like songwriting a lot of the time comes from emotion. And I feel really genuinely quite lucky to be able to have that outlet of being able to speak about things that I probably wouldn't normally chat to my mates about on a song. And so for me, it's just a lot of songwriting comes from how I feel. And I feel things all the time. And so for me, I don't feel like it's that hard. Obviously, I've been a songwriter my whole life. I feel like it's actually a bit of a privilege to have the ability and the opportunity, more like, to actually speak about emotions and all those kind of things. So it always starts off for me like the creative process, how I feel. If I'm feeling a certain way, if I'm feeling sad, if I'm feeling happy, the goal for music is just to evoke emotion, whether that be happiness, sadness, like confusion, any of it, right? And so it always starts with a feeling for me, or however I feel, and then I just go from there. So yeah.
If you had to choose out of 3 people in 3 different genres to collab with, who would it be?
For me, I've said my biggest thing at the moment is I'm trying to collab with the Clvrk, right? That's the biggest thing for me. I grew up a bit of an indie kid. I used to love.
So the song.
Oh mate, like just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So the Clvrk should definitely be one. The next should probably be. I'll go with a rapper. We'll go Kendrick Lamar, and then the last one. Can they be dead or alive?
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
Dead or alive? Michael Jackson. The king of pop. It's got to be done. Like that would be absolutely insane, and that would be a crazy, like, a mad group, right? It'd be like a super powerhouse, right? That would be cool.
That's cool. I like that. And then lastly, what else can we expect from you in the future?
So there's some really exciting things coming up in the future. So exciting that I'm not allowed to talk about them just now. But honestly, if you follow me on social media or any of those things, Ace Clvrk, ACECLVRK, then you can obviously keep up to date with things. But there is the most exciting thing coming up, and I literally can't wait to be able to tell you what it is. So yeah, it's going to be really, really cool.
Mate, thank you so much, and I'll see you upstairs. We'll get a drink.
Catch you upstairs. Thank you so much. Lovely to see you. Lovely to see you.